Hi, I'm Shiloh Thomas from Arcterra. Welcome to Surveillance Signals, where we look at how global financial institutions are navigating change in communications surveillance. Supervision teams are under growing pressure, even as budgets and resources remain largely unchanged. This conversation with Chris focuses on how firms are navigating that reality. As surveillance programs become more complex, as you mentioned, budgets, what we have found, are remaining flat. So, how does that reality show up in how programs are being run?
So again, this is a bit of a misconception that I see all the time, right? What we've seen is that firms that adopt new technology, firms that adopt more modern techniques are actually able to do more with less. You're actually able to increase your findings by reducing your alerts if it's done properly. And you do that by increasing the quality of the alerts that you get. And so you can go ahead with fewer reviewers. You can go ahead with less staff, right? The more you can count on both process and technology to help you out, the better the outcomes will be. We've seen firms go through that maturity model and end up with triple digit increase in findings while reducing the number of alerts that they're generating by more than half or even more than that. So the numbers speak for themselves. It's more resistance to change that I think is the biggest obstacle.
So, when customers are bringing in the technology, obviously there are some trade offs. They're losing some headcount. So, do firms feel forced to make those trade offs when expectations increase, but the resources don't?
From my observations, when I look at sort of compliance leads, um, yes, a desire to, and I wouldn't necessarily say reduce headcount. I would say maybe optimize headcount is maybe the best way of putting it. Those staff that were previously triaging essentially junk to find that odd alert can be repurposed to do something much more meaningful for the firm to help reduce risk. So I think that's one approach that needs to be taken. And then I think the other one is that compliance leaders, like all leaders within financial organizations, and frankly, any organization, regardless of vertical today, need to be able to demonstrate to the board that they're actually able to adopt AI and increase the overall effectiveness of their team. The more successes you can show and demonstrate as a compliance leader when it comes to transcription or AI based alerting or translation or whatever technology, the bigger the win is and the less staff you might require, right? If you think about translation, do you need a Spanish speaking reviewer if the technology can transform that item into English so that an English reviewer can understand it? Again, it's not necessarily about reducing headcount. I'd rather not position it that way. I would think about it more about optimizing the headcount you have and minimizing the risk with the headcount that you are able to deploy.
Surveillance teams are being asked to absorb more complexity than ever without the resources, and that tension is not going away. Thanks for watching Surveillance Signals. You can explore more research and insights at arcterra.com.